Hey, welcome back, everybody. Part two of camps of the process is here. And part one, kind of talk a little bit, kind of a general overview of the upcoming college one day camp season. A little bit of kind of what they are, what to, kind of how to approach it, the importance of scheduling smart. Part two, we're going to talk a little bit more about what you and your son can expect when you go to a one day camp. So I'm going to try to give you as many tips as I can, and I'm sure I'm leaving some important stuff out, but we'll try to cover everything through these video series. So again, part two, camps, what to expect. Let's say this is your first one day camp ever. Maybe some of you have done the Nike camps, the Under Armour camps. I run a couple of showcase events during the year. Others do as well. I've always felt those are good introductions to maybe give you a taste of what to expect at a one day. But believe me, once you get to a college one day camp, it's a totally different beast. So I guess some important things of what to expect. Number one, in a lot of cases, expect a lot of kids. And again, every camp is different, but I think now with the new recruiting rules, especially at the BCS level, those camps they're much more limited. There's not as many, and I think the numbers are going to be extremely, extremely high this summer. So it's really important to go into it knowing you're going to have a lot of kids at these camps. I mean, I've seen one day camps where they've had 600-700 kids, depending upon the size of the school. The bigger the school, obviously, the more interest from kids. You're going to get big numbers. So I would expect that going in. Now, parents, players, I'm here to tell you the whole share and get along and everyone take their turn. It ends at the one day camps. I would love to think that every kid is going to behave and follow those rules, but they don't. I guess the best suggestion I can make for you as a prospect at these camps is to stand your ground and to really fight for what's yours. Meaning, don't get this confused, do not fight at a one day camp at all. If you do that, you might as well just leave, because we'll talk about behavior and the do's and the don'ts, but that is one of the big, fight as far as stand your ground and make sure you're getting your reps and able to get your work in. With these big camps, expect limited reps no matter how much you stand your ground at a lot of these camps. So you have to be very, very aware of what you're getting into. I think another important tip that you would assume that people know and players know, but I see it happen all the time, hustle. You have to hustle. Hustle through every drill. Hustle through every warm-up. Hustle to the sidelines on a water break. Hustle back. I cannot tell you the amount of kids, and this goes for all talent levels, where you see a kid not finish a drill, or you see a kid not hustle their way or to quit on a play. You are under observation by people the moment you hit that college campus to the moment you leave that campus. Keep that in mind. Even if you're the slowest kid in the camp, finish that drill as hard as you can. Look, you're always being watched, and you'll be amazed at the negative impression you'll make if you're not hustling. Trust me, I've been to way too many of these to know exactly what college coaches are looking for. That'll turn off a college coach more than just about anything else you could do. So hustle at all times. You got a brand new pair of cleats for the season. You're all fired up about them, ready to go. Please make sure you break those bad boys in before you get to a one day camp. I cannot tell you over the years the amount of kids I've seen taking cleats off mid-drill, mid-work because they're not broken in, their feet are killing them. As we talked about in part one, every camp is different. You might go to one of these camps, you might be there for 90 minutes. Some of these others, you might be there for 7 hours. Every camp is different, especially you linemen. If you're going to lineman-specific camps, you better be prepared to have a very long day. So by all means, if you have new cleats, make sure you break them in before you hit the one-day camp circuit. It's just common sense, and believe me, you'll thank me for it. So parents, players, and especially parents, make sure you bring plenty of water and make sure you bring food, whether it's something small, an energy bar, something in between. Make sure you bring that stuff. You will be amazed. Now, you would assume every camp I've been to will have water and will have Gatorade, have a Gatorade bucket or what have you. Make sure you have extra. Some of these camps, you might show up in the morning. It'll be a beautiful day. By midday, it could be 95 degrees. I've seen it happen. Make sure you have plenty of stuff on hand. Be prepared. Sunblock, everything. I mean, you've got to have everything ready to go. So definitely keep that in mind. I tell players this tip quite a bit, and I think it's paid off as well. Try to wear something unique, meaning if you have a pair of shorts that maybe have your high school on it, or your team workout shorts, your summer, every high school team seems to have summer gear. Wear something distinctive. A lot of these camps, you're going to, either get a shirt or you're going to wear a practice jersey, especially the padded camps. You're in a helmet. You've got pads on. It's very hard, even with numbers, it's hard to identify. Look, I mean, I go to camps and I get pages upon pages upon pages of rosters. Now, some of these camps are great because at least I get an advanced copy. Any of us covering and including the college coaches, most likely they're not getting an advanced copy. So if I'm trying to find you and I have to file through all these different pages to find a number, which I will do, and I think I've gotten it down to a science myself, but if you're the kid wearing Waubonsie Valley shorts, or you're the kid with the gold cleats and the gold gloves, as strange as it sounds, I'm probably going to remember you based off of that. So believe me, it's a little tip like that you would be amazed can catch someone's attention. Or if I'm trying to remember a kid, and this will go for the college coaches as well. Oh yeah, remember the kid wearing the Waubonsie shorts, the receiver? Yeah, he was really good. Or, that kid was wearing those like really cool gold cleats and those gold gloves. I'm telling you, it's important. So do that. Players, when you get to a one-day camp and before warm-ups and everything else going on, here's a thought. Go introduce yourself to a coach. The day of being the wallflower and just assuming they're going to approach you, long gone. You have to sell yourself. You have to sell your personality. If you're a shy kid, I get it. Don't be shy. Again, you don't have to go and shake every coach's hand. But especially if there's a coach there that is either contacted you or you have talked to or text or seen in school, you have a prior relationship, no matter how minimal. Go introduce yourself. Say, hi, I'm Johnny Jones from Richards High School. Just want to come over and introduce myself and say hello. Parents, players, you would be amazed at how far that goes with a coach. And again, it shows that you're mature. You're able to handle yourself and really present yourself in a positive way. So many kids don't do that. And believe me, you'll get remembered if you're the kid that come over before the camp and says hello. Same with after the camp. You know what? I don't care how bad of a camp you had. You'll go over to the coach and talk to him. Say, hey, coach, it was great to see you. If you want, and every camp has position coaches. After the camp, talk to the coach and say, look, how do you think I did? What can I do to get better? Every coach I've ever talked to will take time and talk to you and try to help you. So another important thing to remember. Parents. Now this one's going to hurt a little bit, but it has to be said. When you bring your kid to a one-day camp, my thought would be drop them off and leave and come back to pick them up. I know that's not going to happen. The point being, if you're a helicopter parent, God bless you. It's great. But when it comes to these camps, no one wants to see you. They're there to watch, to evaluate. You're there to support your son. As I mentioned about, make sure they've got water, they've got food. And they will find you. If they need you, they will find you. But again, I have seen so many parents over the years walk up to a coach, call Johnny over to the sidelines in mid-drill. If you do that, you might as well pack up your gear and go home. If they're 2018 kids, they're going to be seniors in high school. They're big people now. Just stop hovering. Let them be adults. Let them handle their business. Because I'm sorry, parents. I know I'm a parent. I have 2 kids that have gone through, graduated. Eventually, you have to let them go. And trust me, and 99% of the time, they'll be just fine. So, again, stay away. Also, do not approach a college coach. If they want to approach you and talk to you, wonderful. Otherwise, don't be that parent that comes up, especially at a camp. Those guys are there to work. Let them approach, let them talk or introduce themselves. The time for that has come, and the time for that at that time of the year has gone. So, again, I hope I've been able to give you a little bit of insight on the one-day camps and what to expect. Basically, just come ready to work, and best of luck, and stay tuned. More of the process coming your way soon.